Hey guys. So, I wanted to bring a little message forward because yesterday began the series of what I would refer to as this kind of Piscean gate. One level is Saturn retrograde going into Pisces, and the other level is this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces that is occurring on September 7th. And there is already kind of a general energetic theme here in regards to allowing yourself to pass through the transition point, closing out cycles, opening up new ones, dissolving limitations. Where am I still blocked? Where am I still separating myself from? So many different avenues of expression. And so last night, as the gate opened, it was very much so kind of a tossing and turning energy. I know for myself, when I have Stargate influxes, my body goes through an influx as well, which means that the biochemical body goes through a lot, which means, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin starts going through its own waves, because the plasmas that are coming in and the Stargates that are opening are influxing our bodies to recalibrate or to retune to what the new process is or what the gateway is bringing forward. And so I recognize that there's a lot of things in regards to feeling safe in our own journey, feeling safe in our own community, but also knowing that when the intensity comes in, whether it's emotional intensity, it's physical intensity, how do we work with that experience? What is our own alchemy? What is our self-love, our compassionate routine? How do we work with it? There's so much in and I want to say framework and viewpoints on how we take care of this. I see some saying, hey, I need to go to the doctor and check this out. Some people are going to go a little bit more holistic. Some people are going to be, working with themselves in a very brand new way in regards to how they advocate for their needs and wants. What's really cool about the self and you is that you are not separate from your own experience. And as long as you welcome in and become a part and celebrate your experience, no matter what you're going through, the body refines and redefines in a completely new way. So this is a retuning process and a recalibration that occurs. So under this Piscean gate that's currently evolving and elevating in our own consciousness, I wanted to bring forward a little message today. So I got a new deck of cards yesterday, and that is Dragon Wisdom. I got a Dragon Wisdom deck of cards. So we're going to read from Dragon Wisdom, a little Starlight message, and Wisdom of the Oracle. I already pre-pulled the cards because there was something about sitting and just kind of being with the energy and being with the message that was really, really, really important. One thing that was saying yesterday was that if there are major undulations in your frequency, which means you kind of feel this roller coaster ride or this ripple of energetic, that for myself, the message that came through is this: if you feel bad, fast. If you're feeling crappy, fast. Because a lot of it is how we get the body's physical symptoms to neutralize what's going on in the experience, but also to stabilize and to recover healthily. So it was be okay fasting for a couple days, be okay taking care of yourself. Not because it's a fad, not because it's fashionable, but because it's what the body needs. Now, remember, a lot of this retuning and recalibrating of your own base tone, of your own vibration, is about listening to the soul, listening to the body and what the body needs. That's going to be different for every single person. For some people, it might be getting in the water. I'm seeing going swimming, getting to a pool, getting to a jacuzzi. Some people, it might be taking a nice hot shower, allowing the body to relax. Whatever assists you in being able to let go, because we are a part of anchoring what that new light is, but we're also in the process of wrapping up some big cycles. So if we look at, that this cycle for myself, I'm looking at the past 27 to 29 years that I'm processing out and closing out, which have been showing up in major chunks of limitations and blockages and obstacles in this life that I'm ready to completely transform out, process out, and see within the new way. So what's happening here is that when we look at what it's like closing out a Saturn cycle like this, that's a bigger chunk of energy, and for some of us, a bigger part of of lifespan that we're closing out chapter wise. And so a part of the elevation of this awareness, or elevation of this area of our own consciousness, of our own journey, is what we are ascending out of, what we are working our way through, what new chapters are opening up. And so the two cards of the day is Death and Wisdom, right? So a lot of this is as the transfiguration and the transformational cycles are occurring, is we're recognizing things are closing up. As things are in closing up, what is the embodied wisdom? What do we learn from this journey? Spaces of self-reflection, of really going into not the calculations, right? Not the left brain way of doing, but this intuitive, internal, intuitive wisdom, right? The applied wisdom. What did we learn from the experience? What are we here to accomplish or overcome, right? In regards to things that we might want to see, if you choose to see things this way, take it or leave it, as like a soul contract, which means something that has been aligned in your own learning at a soul level. What is it that you learn that you're ready to release from your journey? You know, a part of this is that as one chapter closes, new ones open. And so the embodied wisdom is the activation of where you can feel more a part of, more aligned, and more in alignment with unity consciousness. If we recognize that separation plays in separation and continues on and on and on, then there is a choice here. And that choice is of unity within our own journey. Perhaps this is unity within the identity of self, is that there are no more separations or parts, but a complete and whole I am, right? The self. And the self, when we choose to fractal it, or when we choose to separate or archetype it, is filled up with so many spaces, places, and times. But at the end of the day, it just comes back down to you. So obviously things are transforming. And what's transforming is the applied wisdom, that which we know about the journey. And whenever wisdom changes, whenever we grow up or grow out of a cycle, obviously the walk, the life path, the embodiment is going to be a difference. So as chapters are closing and new ones are opening up, what did you learn and what can you apply from that experience to live life in a new way? Starlight is saying new horizons, old ways won't open up new doors. Back to that action level of embodiment, is it's more than just, you know, this kind of sit back being in transformation, which can occur with a lot of that kind of Stargate energy. For myself, is sometimes when influxes open up and the gates open, it is a lot of rest. It's like allow yourself to step into a not doing state so the body can process out. But old ways won't open new doors is always about the applied and integrated sense of action within your own journey, which means that wisdom is not just wisdom. It's not just theory. It's practical and it is applied. So this is about day-to-day embodiment. This is how you walk with your new integrity. This is the approach as you to be able to stabilize this belief system of the new being that is you to continue moving forward. So when we're recognizing that cycles of who we were don't align with the cycles of the new now, we begin to become aware that we can propagate a new awareness and a new journey in the now through this. So it's knowing that when we're dialing into the new I, the new me, or the new you, however you choose to see this, there are going to be new things that open up for you. So today you're being asked, and through this Piscean gate, right, what is it that you're ready to let go of to create space for the new? Definitely full moon energy as well. Definitely a part of that passageway of transition, purification, and detox. I know for myself, as my body's going through what it's going through, it's like, you know, soften, relax, remineralize, listen to the body, take care of it, hydrate, because there is a lot that's processing out. There's a lot that's detoxifying, and it's a part of what this transformational sequence is. Since we got the wisdom card, I wanted to pull from Wisdom of the Oracle. It just felt aligned. And the card that came through was Orphaned. So as we see a woman that is siloed, sitting alone, and she is feeling what she's feeling in her own aloneness. So a part of what is transforming here is the consciousness of self and being a part of. The consciousness of self has never been separated from, but there has been an illusion that's lacked integrity to remember the voice of the I am, the statement of source through the being, the knowing that you are a part of this. The orphaned is the one that is separated. The one, as a result, has the hurts, wounds, and feelings from those spaces of separation, silo, and isolation, but also that sense of exile. For me, it recognizes that this can be a part of mourning some sort of ending in our journey. You know, transitions at times can feel like when we're leaving one passageway time or one vibrational frequency or currency and we activate the new one, that there's that transition period of feeling like we are alone or we're left out or we're not a part of. This sense of isolation is where we're looking at the exiled parts of self, or the things that we need to tune into to see what they need. This is either the silent or the loud voice of the theme of energy to basically be seen, heard, felt, and to be brought forward and into and a part of. This feels like to me like it's something in which you don't have to hide from yourself, you don't have to hide from others, you don't have to exile, but a part of this pain of transition can feel like some part of this transition is kind of feeling alone or lonesome. Now here's why. The transformation begins and ends with you. The journey of, if we want to call it healing, if we want to call it clearing, if we want to call it activating the new horizon, whatever you choose to see this as, that's a part of your own dialogue with self, framework, and consciousness in your being. It begins and ends with you. So the process of the I am is always going to be you. You, at times, can feel either selfish or selfless. But you are a part of this equation and this experience. And as long as you recognize that all parts of you are here with you, working with you in this now moment, you recognize that the self has an importance here. The self, whether this is the emotion, whether this is the vibration, whether this is the soul, the consciousness, the being, or this is the, if it's the physical, the emotional, or the mental, I kind of just lost my train of thought there. The physical, the emotional, the mental, or the spiritual, the soul, the energetic version of self is coming back to a sense of being a part of. 5 recognizes change. Change begins and ends with you. So this feeling state is recognizing that sometimes there are parts of self that we haven't been able to fully see because it hasn't been illuminated or aligned. And that which is transforming is a process of feeling. The song that's been coming through a lot has been Changes by Youngblood. And a lot of that is this discussion of the song Changes, which is the cover of, Black Sabbath, right? Is this sense that there is a relationship or a partnership or something that has ended. And as a result, the human who's singing the song, the author, Ozzy, Youngblood, etc., is the one that is going through some form of change in their journey. So this sense of oscillation, this sense of transformation is bringing about some sort of new level of embodiment for you to work with, something to dialogue with, something to sit with, and something to explore. Activating a healthy level of curiosity will give us an opportunity to explore whatever consciousness or details this is. Either way for you, it's recognizing that there is something new that is occurring, but it requires us to take action. Remember, propagating new pathways, propagating new timelines, propagating the new trajectory, the new whatever it is, whether you want to call this the new or the higher, once again, framework and label, however you choose to, is recognizing that there is something in regards to the action you take intuitively that's going to give you an opportunity to see what's opening up at the forefront. Now, we can't see what's ahead of us with our eyes down on the ground. And I state that because when I see new horizons, the horizon is about what's ahead, and the orphaned is what is looking down. So there's something here about being present with yourself, but also not being down on who you are and what's transforming. There is a beginning again energy. Remember and invite in the hope and inspiration for what new is to come. So if you feel like you stay stuck in the dialogue of trudge and drudge, or in that lower frequency or that lower experience, giving yourself an opportunity to remember what invites in hope, what brings in inspiration, what brings in the spirit of forgiveness, what brings in the sense of togetherness from within you. Because that togetherness isn't isolated, siloed, or separate, but it is a part of. So this part of you that is a part of you is coming back to the I. It's coming back to the you. It's coming back to its sense of itself as source, as creator, as life here on planet Earth. So this is saying, welcome in that which is transforming or changing or evolving or ascending in your own journey, because it's bringing about an innate integral wisdom that gives you an opportunity to walk in a new way, whether this is new service, new walks, new embodiment, career changes, relationship changes. New is going to be formatted and reframed in a way that is perfect for you. So my question to you then as well is, as the beer, as the seer, and as the reader of your own journey, right, and the activator of your own intuitive counsel, what is this new and what does it bring forward to you? What is this new for you, and what is it asking for in your embodiment? And how can you step forward into the new hindsight, into the new vision, into the new experience, and into the new pathway that opens up? Whether it's a completely new cycle or it's an evolved set of experiences that are occurring for you. All right, I love you. Much love and respect to all of you out there. Thank you again, guys, for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Short message, and welcome in what the new you is and what it's bringing forward. Namaste.